This is from the Post Millennial. Courts hand Canadian Native tribe. What?
Don't think I don't know what you did. Just because you mute it doesn't mean I can't see your mouth go. I know what you're doing. Thank you for muting, though.
I know there's some people that I hear with microphones, like they don't have it gated. They don't have like any, they don't put any like filters on their microphone. So it's just raw. You hear lip smacking, you hear breathing, you hear everything.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah.
It's like, this is not an ASMR episode.
No, it is not. Put a fucking gate on, please. At least a gate.
Wait, what? Are you serious? This is like way off topic, though. Oh my God.
All right, but let's start with this. So Canadian courts hand Native tribe titles to hundreds of private homes. Homeowners in Richmond, BC, Canada, are being told to attend a city meeting next week because apparently their property titles might not mean what they thought they did. They may no longer own their property after a court ruling. So remember, we had talked about this, that a bunch of land in Richmond was unceded and they settled it. Yeah. So the meeting set for October 28th follows a British Columbia Supreme Court ruling that gave the Cowichan tribe Aboriginal title to about 7.5 square kilometers of land on Lulu Island, an area that includes private homes, farms, golf courses, and event port or even port facilities. The August decision said the nation had exclusive occupational land before 1846, meaning Crown-issued titles were unjustifiable infringements. This means that land, people, and businesses have legally owned for decades is now technically under Aboriginal title. This calls the ownership of land people purchased legally into question. Richmond Mayor Malcolm Brodie said the city hand-delivered about 125 notices to residents and is hosting the meeting to help them understand what's going on. Is to make sure landowners are fully aware of the court's decision, how we got here, and where things go from here. Brodie told CBC News, Brodie said he's worried the ruling could wreck the entire property system that underpins ownership in the province. Yes. This was the big concern.
Yeah.
What does this do for people that have property in this region? Like, I'm genuinely asking this question. Are those people now out? Is the government, is the tribe just going to go in? But it's like, they make these claims like, oh, my great ancestor fished here one time, but I don't know. I don't know when, but I'm sure my great auntie did fish something.
Something came out of the water. I don't know. Well, okay. So what I think, like, if anything should happen, like if this is what they're deciding to rule, then I feel that the people who purchased the land purchased it legally in their right, for one. Legally. So yes, for whatever they had paid the government for this land, then the government should then pay it to the tribe.
Well, but they don't. It's not like we buy the land from the government.
Well, whoever, like, wherever the money went, then that money should then, I would assume, be put towards or given to the tribe that now owns the land.
I think this is a terrible idea.
Because
this
you can't.
Will destroy. This is the one thing that separates democracies from feudalism. Property rights.
I hate that word already. Yeah, but they can't, like, what I'm concerned about is that they're going to either tell the people you're out and they lose all the money that they put into it. 2, they tell the people, okay, well, you can stay, but then you got to pay these people. Okay, but I paid you. You know what I mean?
My property. So what? I now being evicted from my own freaking home? But how reburst with what? So I see Enochian. Hello, nice to see you. Nice to see you. But my question is, I owned this. I bought this land. I had an agreement with someone else. And now what? Is the contract that I have with the bank null and void? And do the Aboriginals now what? Take the place of the bank? They're not a bank. They all they do is drink Listerine and OV.
Oh, geez. But I mean, the thing is, if they if they take it over, okay, let's say there was a ruling that ruled that I own all the land in the town that we live in. Okay, well, so what does that mean for me then? Like,
I don't give
so
a
what
fuck
the
about
people?
you.
No. I'm just saying. Like, does that mean that these people are just going to live on my land and I get nothing from it? I just know that it's mine, and going forward, if they sell, the money comes to me. Like, it would be good to know what exactly this means for the people. It'd be nice to know what happened in that meeting to see what's going to happen to the land
No, this
owners.
is absolutely destructive. This is the end of property rights in Canada. This is 100%. No, I don't care about, well, what about me as this now landowner? Guess what? You know what? Maybe I just don't care. Maybe I don't care. Are you kidding me? I made an agreement with a fucking bank, legitimate. Here's the documentations as much as humanly possible, and you guys are going to go back nearly 200 fucking years? You're going to go back 200 years.
Feisty.
Yeah.
I do get it,
The
though.
reason why I'm so feisty is this absolutely destroys Canada. That's what this does. It removes property rights. Now the government can use, oh, well, the native tribes operated all through, the Blackfoot Indians operated all in like Calgary and in the, in oh God, what the fuck's that stupid region called? The Valley, Deadman or whatever, the Badlands, like in the Badlands and all that type of crap. Okay, so what? Do they now get just de facto claim of all of Calgary? And who owns that? Is the government, because government owns native land? Is this I think this is where the government comes in and absolutely removes, guts property rights. Because if the government owns native land. It's not like the band owns it. The crown, the government owns that land and they give it to the natives. That is an absolute destruction of property rights. That ends Canada. This ends Canada.
I mean, yeah, I totally get where you're coming from, and your thought process there 100%. I mean, the thing is, like, it's I don't know, it's one of those things, like devil's advocate, like, well, what's on this side, what's on that side? But it's I can't imagine if someone came in and said, hey, by the way, so and so owns your land now. But okay, cool. And
maybe it's just like, hey, pay me out and I'm gone. Pay me out my contract. The band owes me money. My government owes me my money. And you know what I would do? Leave. I would actually leave Canada. I would cut me my check for my property that I owned, since I now de facto do not. Cut me my check and I'm out of here.
Oh, you mean like if you were the one that owned the land?
No.
Not if you were the property owner.
If our house suddenly had a ruling that some tribe 250 years ago walked through here, no, I would say, okay, government, give me your monopoly money, give me your carny bucks, carny cash. I'm out of here. I'll go move to the States. I'll move somewhere that has property rights, enshrined property rights. Remember I was talking about how in our charter we don't have property rights? Property rights are not protected under the charter.
Huh.
Yeah. So this is why I'm a little fired up, because now de facto the government can just intentionally try to side with these tribes and like, well, did you guys operate here? I hear there's a lot of, Delta has a lot of real rich property to grow. Are you sure you guys weren't working in that area to take parts of a port?
I mean, I could, yeah, I could see that, especially if, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that the conspiracy of the government wanting everyone to live in 15-minute cities is actual truth. I mean, that would be a good way to get people out of the rural areas, right?
I don't know what that would do.
Well, if they said that, okay, this
Like,
is so and so's land.
well, I don't know how that would trigger that. It's like what, natives don't own everything outside the city? Well, that
Yeah.
happened in Winnipeg. Métis owns downtown Winnipeg.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Well, yeah. So
I know, I
like,
find it super strange. Like, even by my work, there's that one gas station that's technically Aboriginal land. I'm like, how? Like, I don't get it.
exactly. This destroys property rights within Canada. Canada's over. Like, if this ruling gets upheld, and this already went through the BC Supreme Court, if this holds, Canada as we know it is dead. It is dead. You don't own your property. Just like in China, you sign a 99-year lease, and that's what those leases are in downtown Winnipeg.
Ooh,
It's a 99-year lease.
how is that even possible?
What do you mean how? They just sign it over and you never own it. It's not like lease to own. It's just you lease it from the government. Feudalism is coming roaring back into this country.
Wow.
This absolutely will destroy Canada if this is upheld. 125 people, businesses, homes gone. Well, I guess you just die when you. So Nokian asked, "How do you renew that lease?" You don't. You're dead. Someone else does.
I literally don't even know what to say right now. Like,
This and I
that's kind of scary.
yes. The only reason why capitalism works is because property rights. Without property rights, capitalism dies. The idea of uplifting people, people striving, doing their best, and making a comfortable living for themselves, this will absolutely gut this whole thing. I hated the Indian Affairs Act because I thought it actually robbed the natives of actual pride and ownership in their property. I never thought, clever motherfucker, very clever for the Liberals to use that same legislation to imprison and leave those people destitute. They still have boil water advisories after Justin Trudeau and 25 years of them saying, we're going to end boil water advisories and all this type of stuff. And they just go, oh, well, the government just released all these, like, government approved houses that are just basically sheds.
Nice. Well, I mean, even by our place, there's that company that makes houses for the reserves and stuff like that. And I mean, like, they're nice looking houses, but they're very small. So
They're mobile homes. They're mobile homes.
yeah, I could literally
Trailers,
see
yeah.
like 2 people living in that thing, but a family. Ugh.
See, but the government. No, maybe I'll pull it up. Let's see, Canada government releases government
No, they're small.
approved houses. I'll see if I could find the photos of it. But they're oh, here we go. Well, the Daily Hive has it, so maybe they have a bunch of them. Yeah, they have a bunch of, well, someone had a bunch of the floor plan. Oh, here we go.
Do you think that, I don't know, this might be wrong to say, but whatever, it's our show, I don't care. Do you think that if the houses or the vehicles or whatever that were actually supplied to people on the reserves, if they would have actually taken care of them, do you think that they'd be better homes, or do you think they'd still be shit homes? Like, do you think that they
It's because
made
they
shit
don't
homes
care.
because they don't take care of them and they
Why?
just trash the place?
Why care? Like, we've seen how many times when you don't own the thing, you don't care. It's someone else's problem.
But
So
that's what I'm
why take
saying.
care of it? Yeah, why take care of it if this house goes to shit, the government just replaces it. Gives me a new one. So I have no incentive to actually try and maintain and improve my home.
Well, that's why what I'm wondering, like if that's why the homes are so small and so just basic because of that aspect. Like if they did take pride in it and took care of them, if homes would be bigger and better, I don't know.
Well, here you go. There's your new government approved housing. An accessory dwelling, 50 square meters or 540 square feet. 1,000 square feet, 2,718 square feet, but those are row homes. A duplex.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like there's actually like an upstairs.
Yeah, but these are all multi-dwelling homes.
Oh, oh god. Okay, I get what you're saying, because Steve only lives on top. Ew.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh my.
This will end. This will end Canada. This is actually fucking like super, super terrifying. Super totally duper terrifying. Like, oh my god, Z's.
totes.
Because this is what they've said, that if you want to build houses, if you want to get approved to build and for development and all this stuff, you have to sign on with this. Like, if you want to work with the government, you want to make lots of money and government dole out this stuff, you have to work with them and build these sheds. You have to build little sheds. I wonder why the government wants to build like ghettos and stuff. Why can't we stick all our federal government employees? Why can't we stick them in like a ghetto? Like, they live in like this little, they live in this little compound, shoebox houses, which they want everyone else to live in, but they themselves won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually insane.
Is there floor plans on there?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see the floor plans.
Here we go. Let's do row homes.
Ooh. Oh wow.
So this is the ground floor.
Oh, that's small. Oh my god. That one. Oh, so hold on. That was the ground floor. That was the upstairs floor.
This is the upstairs.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, that's tight. Just 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. That is small. I bet you that whole upstairs is not very much bigger than our bedroom.
Yeah, it's basically just a landing, 2 rooms, bathroom.
Yeah.
Like room, bathroom.
Jeez.
Yeah, this is.
Ugh. They're unsightly too.
Well, they don't. Why would the government care? This is why. Like, they never cared about, they never cared about the reserves because they don't have to live there. Like, I was thinking, how like your phone kind of sucks dick. Why do I care? I don't have to use it.
I know. I can tell, because every time I mention about it, you're like, it's gonna blow up in my face one day.
Yeah, maybe. Then I'll care.
Yeah. Yeah, then you care, because then you have to look at my face like that.
I'll just tag on you.
Oh, you're so mean. Oh, we're gonna beg, Jesus. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh my god. I mean, okay. what you had said earlier
Okay,
about
relax.
how
Don't leave, you fucking Democrat. KKK.
no. um so with oh my god, now you just flustered my brain. Um with you saying like the government or whatever should have to live in like these tiny little things. It's the same kind of thing like
No,
what
smaller.
okay.
They should have to live in like a shoebox. Like they basically live in a closet. They should live like slaves. Not us.
Well, no. But like it's one of those things like you hear for like bosses like at every work people are like, oh, I wish that the CEOs and stuff like that would come down and do our job for a week. A day is bad enough, but like a week, like let's see how much you can take this. And it just on the street, there you
I
go.
wish. I wish.
But it's one of those things where I feel that if you were going to be a CEO of a company, even a manager, a supervisor, or a ruler of a country, you should gotta bring it down to the people lower than you. See what it's like go shoe to shoe with them. Do you know what I mean?
No. I think that they should be treated like the slaves that they are. And I've said, like, you know what? Here's if I was ruler of Canada and I wanted to be fair, I didn't want to be, dictatorial, but I wanted to be fair. Every MP, their salary was tied to the median wage of their constituents. So it actually gave them incentive to actually try and fight for their constituents rather than, made up whatever no one really cares.
I like it.
I'd much rather that. Or you can't live in Ottawa. Or if you do, you have to live in these little shoebox apartments. Sorry. Hey, MPs, every time you ask for a raise, you're asking for more than the Canadian people can give. You live in shoeboxes now.
Well, there actually should be like a apartment block where all the government people live at. Mind you, that would be an easy target.
Shut up. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, really great idea. But yeah, just live in these tiny little apartments.
No, I think politicians should be afraid of their citizens. They should be deathly afraid that if they go against their constituents, that they will get tarred and feathered, shamed, and ostracized. For far too long, these people have done everything to separate themselves from the people. And look at where we are. They're now advocating to remove your property rights while they go to extravagant places, all on the taxpayer dime. Remember the conservatives and that big scandal with Stephen Harper because that Chinese chick bought $13 orange juice, but yet our government goes on $1 million trips where they're spending $5,000-$6,000 a night on a hotel room.
I was gonna say a $13 orange juice. Seriously,
I want to go back to that day.
Spent how much in a month on groceries? Wasn't it like 50
Was it $12,000 a month on groceries?
I know, it was insane.
Yeah, that we fund that individual that is used to clean a woman's nether regions.
God, he must have been having like lobster and caviar every night.
Oh, they released his grocery list. It was like the finest imported water, steaks, fresh, like high-end veggies, all this stuff, exotic vegetables, and the best of everything.
No, he should have been in the grocery store on a budget. He should have been given the budget of the average Canadian and said, this is what you can spend in a month. And that's it.
Well, I know. And I don't think that's an unreasonable expectation. I know it sounds like I'm like,
no.
What's the average budget that a Canadian has? What's maybe $500 a month on groceries? There you go. You get to live like the rest of us, not on, making $200,000 a year plus taxpayer funded and subsidized everything.
I know.
And even if they lie, even if they lie on their tax expense forms, what do they get? Well, you don't do that again. Yeah.
I think
normally those fines are called the cost of doing business.
Yeah. I think that if our higher ups had to literally live on a budget, like
But they're not our
the
higher ups.
average, okay, they are, but they aren't. Yes, they're
They are
technically they work
below
for us.
us.
Technically,
They're the
they're
scum on
supposed to
my
be,
boot.
but they're not treated as that at all. They're treated as the freaking royalty of Canada, which is annoying. But I digress. I feel that if they had to live on the budget of the average Canadian, then I feel that they would actually work harder for Canadians, because they wouldn't want to be living like that. They'd be like, no, I have to work harder. If this is how the average person in Canada is living and earning a wage, we need to do something about this. This needs to change. And they would actually put the effort into changing. But because of the fact that they have a $12,000 grocery bill at the end of the month, because they can have the finest of this and the finest of that and go here and go there, they don't care about the average Canadian. All they care about, or Canadians in general, all they care about is money and greed. That's it, because that's what they've been given.
Yeah. No, I don't know, man. This is insane.
We rule the world.
I know. I would be the best. I would make every MP feel the pain that they caused so many Canadians for decades.
Oh my. Oh my.
I would. I really would. Well, whatever. I don't know. I keep hoping that Mark, we've had him on, Canadian refugee, Mark Vandermaas. We've had him on a few times, and he left just as COVID was the lockdowns were starting up, and he got out. He lives with his wife in Ecuador, and we've had him on. He's fantastic, super nice guy, and I keep wanting to hope that he's wrong. What are you doing?
I was talking, and I thought I unmuted myself instead of playing with the camera, not the microphone. This is a live show, guys, and I'm retarded. Anyway, I had said the last time we had him on to after the fact, when the show was done, he took us on a virtual tour of where he was living. Oh my God. Beautiful.
Yeah, you guys go check it out. It'll be on our Rumble page, not on YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about kind of Israel and Gaza, and so he got him and his wife. They moved, and like I said, I wish that I could say, you know what, Mark, you're wrong. But if this ruling is just kind of the first step, well, it's the second step, because we've seen other rulings coming out in support of this. So, no, I think our MPs could live on $1,000 a month.
I'm not even going to bother I was starting to type back. I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to show it. So he says social services allows a single person $1,005 per month. That is insane. How?
That's how they should live. That's how our MP should live.
MPs, yes, but nobody can live on that.
No, but
not a family.
If we weren't spending $150,000 per MP on the low end, our prime minister is the highest paid politician in any Western nation. He makes, Carney makes more money than the United States president, and we have 1/10 the economy.
Serious?
1/20 the economy. Yeah.
Why?
Because they're greedy communists.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
They're corrupt. That's why.
God, what have they done? They haven't done anything except for give our money away, make us all poor, tax us to death. At least Trump is doing something in the United States, and he's bringing peace to other places in the world. What does Carney have to show for it? What did Trudeau have to show for it? Nothing.
A bigger debt.
Them down.
Bigger debt.